Hi everyone, it's Marianne with Akashic Inspirations, and this is going to be our October Love Tarot reading for the sign of Gemini. And we're using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric Dunn. Was using it in my full moon for September readings for the live stream. It was, it just seems supercharged, so we're going to be using that for today. And because I love the colors, I think they're so vibrant and beautiful. All right, so let us see. Let's get right to it. See what the cards have to say for the Love Tarot reading for Gemini for the month of October. Let's see what wants to come in and what messages. All right, let's see who we start with. Okay, well, we start with the moon. All right, so at the beginning of October, we actually have the new moon on the 1st, and I think on the 16th is the full moon. And here it's very interesting because it seems the sun is being blocked by the moon. So I'm thinking this is obviously referring back to the eclipse season that we've just gone through. We've got the dog or the jackal, the hyena, and the wolf, howling at the moon there. And then we've got this like crayfish or a lobster coming up out of the depths of the water. So a lot of things are coming to the light, or things came to the light through these eclipse season that we just went through. So it's really about working with that intuitive side of ourselves and doing that shadow work as we go into Libra to help balance us. I love that they have the two towers here and showing a balance, the yin and the yang of the sun and the moon. So that's where you're going to be starting with this month as you come into being. And we've got the Five of Wands. So here we have, it looks like five magicians, and they're kind of in a struggle with each other, right? It kind of reminds me of the Brazilian dance, the capoeira, which is, it's a dance, but it's mimicking the fighting style. So this is kind of what this reminds me of. That they're, you've got one that's kind of on the top of the mountain here, and it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle, not only with others but within self. And I think that clarity, that moon, those eclipses brought out that highlighted those aspects, right? And that was the shadow work that for you, for Gemini, that you were working on. And so then we get the Hierophant. So we've got two major arcana right off the bat. And this card is about, it's funny because his head looks so much smaller than the rest of his body. So sometimes we have to release, be bigger minded, broader minded is what I'm getting. We have to be broader minded. And even though we look to a certain structure within our lives, we have to know that there's other things that are more important than just the thought. What's most important is this area, the heart, right? Where he's got the lamb and he has two keys down here that are crossed. So it's a symbol of of unlocking this spirituality within us, and not to use so much the head but the heart when we are um, making our choices as to what we think, is society and culture and background wants us to do versus what we know from our own heart. And so this may be the battle that you have been going through. So going forward, let's see what else, oh my goodness, will bring to us. And we have the Five of Cups. So here we have, the dead of winter. Looks like wine or blood has been spilt, and yet there are two behind him, which of course he's not even looking at. So when we choose to focus on that which we no longer have, we can feel isolated and alone and out in the cold. And so, how very interesting. We have this dual, so we're still carrying on this theme of this duality that's represented with the moon and the sun, the fighting within. right? This duality of celebrating and feeling, celebrating being in a group, being part of a group, being part of a family, having things, be harmonious. And I think that's what October in Libra is bringing to us. And now that Jupiter's in Libra too, is the sense of harmony and balance within the relationships, and that you are not left out in the cold any longer. Wow, I love that. And that you are now part of this warm, beautiful setting of the Three of Cups, which is community, that you are part of a community and that you are appreciated, loved, and, toasted, basically. So let's see what other last cards. Okay, so what do we have here? Wow, very interesting. So here again, it's reflected. We've got the Fool and Temperance. So here is the Fool starting his journey with his loyal little dog, and it's sunny, and he's just ready to step off into the unknown. But know that we've learned, but you've learned you're in a new cycle of being the Fool. So this is a new beginning, but a higher level of understanding, because we bring in temperance, and we bring in the angel that has, is pouring from one cup to the other, illuminated by these beautiful rays of the rainbow. But if you'll see, the rainbow that's really illuminated are the purples and blues and greens, which are about this balance of emotions and balance of the heart. So as you step into this new phase of what lessons you have learned here as you've gone through this balancing act, basically, if I can put this here, um, you are being blessed with the ability, and now coming into October, with balancing everything out, and everything will be lead to a celebration of that balance that you found, because you found harmony in your relationships and in your love. And even though things have been a struggle, you have been able to overcome it and find that space and really step into that new vision of yourself and who you are. So I hope that you have enjoyed the reading for this month, Gemini, and I wish you many, many blessings. Namaste.